Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy, my channel's Finding Value, and what we're going to do today is go over uranium, do some technical analysis. I'll start with uranium, the price of uranium itself, and then jump into some of the individual companies and one ETF, just to give you kind of an overview of uranium. So we're going to jump right into technical analysis, skipping all the stuff. And again, this is not financial advice, it's only my financial opinion. So here we go. So we're doing uranium. Here's the price of uranium. We've got this high right here. It's almost like it's just dancing off this support line at around 32, a little over $32. But if you take a bigger picture view, we are coming on up. I'm kind of zoomed in here. This is about a year's worth of data. And we've just been moving sideways this past couple of months in terms of uranium price. Uranium, this is an ETF. Again, we squeezed up into this corner here, sold off. We came on down, and we've been coming back up this past half month or so. And I think we're gonna go sideways a little bit, and I'm looking for the buyers to step in here to push this higher. That's what we're looking for. If you're a bull, if we do come back down and take a detour, and let's say we do come back down a little bit, come to more towards like a $57 or something like that, I view it as a buying opportunity. And I with this bullish engulfing here, another bullish engulfing, I think the overall upward bias is an upward bias upward. Again, a lot of these charts are going to be very similar. We kind of squeezed up to this corner here. We broke down, we pulled on back. We got nice big up days and small candlestick down days all through this section for the past half month. I think it's an upward bias for us to move higher. Doesn't mean that it's going to be a straight line upwards. I am trying to figure out if this is going to be a kind of a bigger overall corrective phase or not, but haven't really figured that out yet, because we did come up into this corner here and then sold off. But overall, on the short term, it doesn't look too bad to move on up. Again, these all exhibit the same types of patterns. We squeezed up to this corner, sold off on some volume, came down, and right here, we've had larger up days, smaller down days, which means we're starting to gain momentum to the upside. We need the buyers to step in here and keep that momentum up. Fission, the buyers stepped in here, put in a 5.33% candlestick right here. Again, we came up into this corner, sold off, and we're starting to come back up. And I think we're going to see, in the overall big picture, I think we're going to do some sort of zigzag sideways for a little bit. Kind of a consolidation period is my guess. Denison Mines, looking at this portion over here, nice big up day, small down days. Signature trait that this wants to continue higher. We got the two small little down days, the past two trading days. So I think we're probably going to, if the buyers step in, head higher here. It looks like the buyers are in control. UU. This has been a battle over here between the buyers and the sellers, kind of just battling back and forth. We're probably going to see more sideways action. Uranium Royalty Corporation, we've been moving, sideways for most of this, kind of back and forth of buyers, sellers, but the buyers are doing it in less days, traveling more distance in less days, and the sellers are kind of slowly leaking off. Again, I think this is an upward bias. We've got a nice, we'll call it, broken trend line here, where I think we're probably going to head higher here over the short term. And that's what it looks like. The trend line, the break, and then the buyers going up in less days and the sellers taking more time to sell it off to get it back to square one. So I think the buyers are in control, and I think we're breaking out of this downtrend, and we could have some upside potential here. Standard Uranium, it looks like it wanted to break out of this. I can kind of just throw in the line right here, show you what I'm seeing here. It wanted to break out to the upside there, right there. But the sellers, there's strong sellers up here above this trend line. Just pushed it right back down into the pattern. It said, stay in the pattern. Baseload's moving on sideways. That's what we're doing. We're just chopping sideways, kind of calming out or chilling out, I think. So over time, we're kind of seeing this momentum change to a sideways move, and hopefully we can get some buyers to change this into an upward bias. Hopefully they can release some news to kind of spark something with their projects. Sky Harbor, we squeezed on up into this uptrend, into this little pattern up here. We didn't break out. We kind of failed and came back down, and we're just chopping sideways. Doesn't look too bad over here. Buyers step in. We're definitely going to go higher here. Just from the way this pattern looks, it looks like they're in control. But we'll see. We'll see what the next week brings us. Canalaska Uranium, we squeezed on up here, broke to the downside, and we've been meandering sideways ever since. We still need a signal showing us that the buyers are in it to win it. And it looks like we have this downtrend that's like right there. We're right there at the downtrend line, trying to break through it. Global Atomic, man, all these have the same little downtrend line that we're trying to break. You know, we put this in there. We're trying to break through it. See that guy right there? We're trying to break through it right now. We do have some upward momentum, so we'll see what tomorrow brings us. Maybe we can break through some of these downward trend lines tomorrow. Deep Yellow, it's chopping sideways. We just need the buyers to step in. I think we're getting tired of this chop, sideways action. I think the buyers are, they're out there. Bannerman's moving sideways. A lot of these, we'll call it African countries or African companies or in African countries, well, they're just moving sideways at the moment. Goviak's another one. We need to break through this resistance line right where it's at about 20 cents. So that's what I've got for today. Overall, I think we got the upward momentum. Now we just need the buyers to continue it and break some of these small little downtrends. But overall, it doesn't look too bad. I would be looking at some of these companies to add into. I would not be afraid. And even if we do pull back, I don't think it's going to be some harsh pullback. And if we do get a harsh pullback, then, the value is going to... If we were to go to war, all right, I'll give you an analogy. When I go to battle, and let's say the stock market and the charts are the battle, we're battling out between the buyers and the sellers. I want cover. I want overhead cover. We'll call it cover from the air in this battle. And our cover is our value. The value is our thing that comes in and gives us overhead cover. And if we mess up on our technical analysis, if we mess up on an entry point, we are covered because our value is so good and our market conditions are behind us. They're blowing the winds behind us, kind of pushing us forward, saying, it's okay if you fail. We'll continue to push forward with time. So that's the way I kind of view it. So if you mistime something on a technical analysis entry point and you're investing, it's like, it's okay. You've got the value behind you. You got the market conditions behind you. You got inflation pushing us forward. And as long as you're looking at those market conditions and you see that those things are pushing us forward, I think everything's going to be okay. And everything so far, to me, looks like we've got those conditions behind us. We've got real estate going up. And again, this stuff doesn't change quick. This isn't something that changes in a month. It may take 6 months to a year to change, or 2 years to change that. The housing market's not going to crash like this. These guys on YouTube, I just think they are completely wrong in what they think is going to turn on a dime. It doesn't work like that. You're going to have many months in a row be bad, unless there's just flood of homes that come on. And I don't know if the forbearance moratorium is going to have that. I just don't know if it's got that many homes to just flood the market all at once. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And if it does, I think it will be short-lived. I don't think it's going to be a long structural, many years of homes being flooded onto the markets from forbearance. But that's my opinion. If you guys like this type of analysis, give me a thumbs up. Thanks for listening. This is Finding Value.